Hey guys, Christmas will soon be near, and one thing I love about this season is all the holiday smells. I don't like to use any artificial fragrance throughout my space, so today I am making cinnamon ornaments for my Christmas tree that will make my home smell amazing all season long. To make them is very simple. Start by adding equal parts applesauce and cinnamon to a bowl. I'm doing 2 cups of each today. I personally like to add a little less cinnamon and add a few tablespoons of clove instead, just to make them a little bit more gingerbread-like. Make sure everything is really well combined and then transfer to parchment paper. Here I like to sandwich the dough between parchment paper just to help the rolling out process. The more this dough is worked, the stickier it will become, and I found that the parchment paper really helps in this whole process. Once the dough is rolled out to about 1/4 of an inch, I take a cookie cutter, which I have a star here, and I start cutting out the ornaments. One thing to note is how they look on your cookie sheet before they are being baked is how they will look once they are done being baked. So this is actually a really good time to make sure to clean up any edges that may need any smoothing out with your finger. Before baking, I also like to make sure I take a toothpick and make small holes at the top of each one. That way you can string them up. We're going to bake these in an oven at 200 degrees for 2 hours, and while they are baking, your home will smell like a Christmas wonderland. I promise, it's just going to smell amazing. Since there are 2 hours to kill, I decided that this is the perfect time to go ahead and just set up my tree in anticipation for the new ornaments. Decorating the Christmas tree has always been a favorite of mine. A few years back, after eloping in Colorado, my husband and I fell in love with the snowy evergreen trees. When we got back from our trip, we were actually in need of a new Christmas tree and immediately fell in love with the flocked ones that reminded us of the snow-covered spruces that were all around our cabin that week. Once the 2 hours is up, you want to take the ornaments out of the oven and let them fully cool before stringing up or decorating. To string these up, I'm just using some simple baking twine. That's because that's what I had on hand, but really anything you have on hand will also do the job. If you don't want individual ornaments, you can also string these up into garland. And to celebrate the holiday season, we're going to kick it off with some mulled wine. Simply take 1 bottle of dry red wine and add it to a saucepan. Then add 1/4 cup of your favorite brandy or cognac. Then you're gonna add a cinnamon stick, a tablespoon of mulled spices, slices of 1 orange, and 2 to 4 tablespoons of sugar to taste. Never let it get hot enough where it will be boiling. Any boiling or bubbling that takes place will actually cook off some of the alcohol, and that's not what we want. We just want to warm this up to help marry the flavors. Let it simmer on the stove for 30 minutes to an hour and then strain and serve. I hope you guys have a great start to your holiday season. I will see you guys all next week.